Let's pull in Christian Mihr here. He's the Managing Director of Reporters Without Borders. Thanks for coming in this morning to talk with us on DW News. Christian, what is your take on the confrontation that the DW interview team experienced with the Turkish minister?
Unfortunately, it fits into a bigger pattern on recent big attacks on press freedom in Turkey, and not only on local journalists, but even foreign journalists. And this is actually a recent tendency which grew.
Now, the press freedom in Turkey was already strained before the recent coup attempt. Now the coup attempt came, the crackdown followed on academics, courts and journalists, of course. How much has press freedom in Turkey deteriorated since that coup attempt?
As you already said earlier, actually already before the coup, Turkey was one of the countries which were strongly worrying for us. But of course, since the coup d'etat in Turkey, actually we see a wave of arrests against journalists which we actually never seen before. The number of journalists detained and imprisoned actually is as high as never as before. And unfortunately, actually, Turkey right now is really the biggest prison for journalists all around the world, and it has taken over this role from China and Egypt.
The biggest prison for journalists around the world, and yet Turkey is playing such an important role in negotiations with the European Union right now and dealing with the migration crisis, also the conflict in Syria. Turkey has a very, very important role to play. What can be done to get Turkey to maybe change its position in dealing with the press, given the role of the press in informing the people about what's going on in these negotiations and these conflicts?
Well, first of all, I think one still needs to help all the journalists under threat and imprisoned, or probably all the countries, the journalists who want to leave the countries. And I think we have to help these journalists to leave the countries, that's first of all. But secondly, I think what the West or the European Union or even the German government still could do is actually speaking out loudly, but not only with vague words that we really probably are just asking the Turkish government to respect press freedom, but really to name concrete persons who are under threat, because this is what Turkish government, from our experience, is impressed by. If Western authorities, if Western officials really name concrete persons under threat. And I think that's why the German government, even on this concrete case with DW, has to take a clear stand and mentioning that the attack, basically it is an attack on press freedom, on Deutsche Welle, is really a threat to press freedom.
Christian, thank you so much. Christian Mihr, Managing Director of Reporters Without Borders.